Hello my lovelies and welcome to another video. Today's one is going to be a bit of an update on everything that's been going on. Where do I start? I'm very basic looking except from the makeup, and that is because I'm actually in between the sets. We're filming today something quite big, so the crew is downstairs and I got 1 hour for lunch break, and that 1 hour I decided to use for this occasion to film a video and to speak to you. It's actually just the day before you'll be watching this video, so everything is very real time, if we can say so. I didn't really think at all about filming this video ahead. I didn't have time to think about what I want to say, but I'm getting so many words, so many DMs, so many comments, messages, words of encouragement, which you guys know that means so much to me. And I'm getting so many questions about what's next, what's happening, what's going on, how am I doing, that I wanted to sit down and speak to you. I thought it would be quite useful to, have a little break in between of running around, also reflect for myself, my therapy session. It's been 2.5 weeks since everything has happened. I feel like I'm doing better. The first moments, the first days after this whole nightmare, everybody was telling me, Tamara, you're in shock. You're in shock because the reaction is like really light. You're doing very well, you keep on going, you keep on working, going to the shows and events, and nobody believed that that's how it's gonna be, especially since people who are around me, they know how much, I like fashion, I like luxury and all of that stuff, but as I've told you, I value people and relationships much more, to the point that items itself, even though some of them did carry sentimental value, I still don't feel sad about the items at all. The one thing that I have to say is that is going to be a big topic of this video is what are the next steps? What am I going to do? And it's like a never-ending question that I'm getting calls every single day about. I'm getting everyday calls about what am I gonna do? Am I gonna go back to Paris? Am I gonna go back to that apartment? What and when and how and what's going on? And here's the reality. I feel really strange. Like, there are times that I feel very much vulnerable, not sad, just very vulnerable, because I was told that it has nothing to do with social media. So there was a lot of people messaged me being like, girl, you gave a house tour, you showed the view from your window, but guys, that is a different house. The house tour that I gave, I believe in July or August, is not a house that we live in that got robbed. So the house that got robbed, I never even showed outside a window. I never even filmed or vlogged outside of the door of the building, not even in the street. Police has confirmed with me that it's nothing to do with social media. It's completely to do with a real life following. So someone spotting me on the street, following me for a little while, or it's something else, but that I cannot really quite talk about yet on here. We still have few options, and honestly, I'm not actually keeping loop of investigation because I do not want to put that burden on myself, because currently the only thing I'm working on is moving on. I think that's very important for me. I think what's really important is that, acknowledge what I'm feeling, that I understand why I'm feeling vulnerable, that I acknowledge that that's okay to feel that way, that I really feel my stuff here, and that I keep on going, keep on working, keep on fighting and building better than yesterday, and something that is going to be for my future. I think that the vulnerability feeling also comes from the fact that some strangers entered my personal space, my safe place where I felt like amazing, where I loved to spend time. And just the weekend before, I was sick. I think I told in the stories about this. I had a very bad allergic rhinitis. So I spent the weekend in bed, and I felt so safe. Like, I was in my bed, I was spending literally whole day sleeping because I was quite poorly. Imagine, now I'm thinking in retrospective, if someone would have come in then while I was in bed poorly, that would have really been terrible. And that is something, that thought is what makes me really vulnerable and really unsafe. And I mean, as you can see, this is like a background and the hotel room number like 14 since everything happened, because I'm just not returning to Paris at the moment. And this is when we come to the very important topic of this video. What are the next steps? And I really wish I could have an answer to this question because of for my own sake. Unfortunately, at the moment, we're in Milan, by the way. I'm very confused. I'm so confused that I don't know if I want to stay in Paris. The only thing I know that I do not want to stay in that flat, and I was just prolonging the contract. So this whole thing happened as I was prolonging the contract for another year. And I don't know if you recall, but in one of my recent videos I told you I'm staying in Paris, I'm gonna be in this flat. We have another home in Milan which is in preparation, but it's not ready yet, and we need to get the furniture, we need to organize so many other things, which is very, very exciting because the more time is going, the more I'm loving Milan. I wanted to stay in Paris because despite everything, I do love Paris, and Paris has given me so many opportunities for work. It's the home of my favorite brands. I don't know, I think Paris has given me so much in just 1 year, but equally it has taken away a lot. It's something that I really need to figure out, but I'm the kind of person that doesn't like to make any big decisions in emotionally difficult times or in times that are out of ordinary. So I always say, look, you have like your constant, which is like a normal feeling. Then you have the happy feelings and the sad feelings. And you should make decisions when you're in your constant, not when you're at the top of the happy or when you're at the bottom of the sad, because when you're at the top of happy, it's very easy to accept something that normally you wouldn't accept. And when you're at the bottom of the sad, you might not be seeing the picture quite right. So I think that being in the right mind frame before you make a life-changing decision is so important. And that is also why I don't have any particular things to tell you right now. I just know that I cannot stay in that apartment. Also, I need to go back to Paris very soon because I need to start packing the stuff from that flat. I need to start, obviously, I think I told you, a lot of things were taken away, unbelievable amount, to the point where I don't have a handbag to carry. As you probably can see on my Instagram stories, I am carrying same stuff or no bag at all, just my phone and the card inside of the phone case. And that's about it. I don't even have a wallet, I don't even have a wallet. I don't even have a makeup bag. I purchased makeup bags recently, but you know what I mean. I have all of my clothes and I have all of my shoes, which means that I need to go back to assess the situation, to pack the clothes and shoes. We have someone kind of looking after the home now, for safety reasons, even though people never come back to the same spot, but it's more a matter of also just my mind safety and feeling all right, because I don't want to think about this. I already have enough stuff to think about, if you know what I mean. So to answer to your questions, what happens next is basically, I don't know. Life has to go on, we don't have a pause button on life. You cannot stop it until you collect yourself, get your life back together, and then keep on living. I refuse to take a day off because I don't need a day off. I want to keep working, I want to keep rebuilding, I want to keep making up for the loss. Some people are saying oh, I discussed about this in the previous video, the insurance is never gonna get me bags, some of the bags that were impossible to get even back at the time, that are irreplaceable, that are limited edition, my yellow Chanel flap that is blue inside, who has that bag? Nobody. The purple doubly Constance Violet Claire is such a rare piece. I mean, this piece is super, super rare, so it's not something that I will ever be able to repurchase again. And it's so funny because a lot of people are kind of telling me, wow, like, you know, your pieces are so rare, it would be almost impossible to not spot them. And that is kind of true. I had a lot of pieces that were very rare and a lot of pieces that were not recently purchased, like the green Chanel flap or the pink vintage Chanel flap. That's very specific. Overall, I have to say that, you know, things are things and life has to go on. We have many plans for the summer. My boyfriend's been my rock. He has been super supportive throughout the situation. He's really tried to be by my side non-stop. And I'm trying to keep going. Like, as you have seen in my con video, I'm laughing, I'm dancing, I'm having a good time, I'm seeing my friends. And one thing that I wanted to say is that, so we were having lunch on this boat and discussing what is it that truly makes you happy in life. And I believe it was Jules who said that she read this research. And guys, pay attention to this. She said she read this research about what is it that makes people really happy. Is it money? Is it success? Is it power? Is it status? And the research came up with a conclusion that was very, very clear, that the only thing that makes a person happy are meaningful, deep relationships and connections with other human beings. And honestly, like, this for me was such a proof. This experience to me was such a proof. I always knew things are not what makes me happy. And sometimes people would judge me on it. People would say like, hey Tamara, you know, this is so sad and so superficial. You buy a new bag and you're not even happy about it and you already want a new bag. Yeah, because this is my job. Like, I don't buy things to make myself happy. I am happy, and I'm happy because I have a great relationship and friendship with my boyfriend. I don't think I've ever had such a relationship. Maybe, I don't know, we grow, we're different. Like, my relationship when I was 22 with my boyfriend is different than I'm 32. I have a great connection with him, I have a great relationship with him, I have a great relationship with my parents, who are supportive, like so supportive. My sister's calling me non-stop, like we miss each other deeply, and I cannot wait for my European passport to be done so that I can go and sort out all of my papers. I have to go to London to do so many things. It's gonna be a bit of a nightmare, but it has to be done. And as you guys know, my documents were all stolen, so 3 passports altogether, like ID, cards. Luckily I had 2 cards on me. Cards that I kind of use on a daily basis because we were going out for dinner, so I wanted obviously to have my cards. My wallet with like, I don't know, like with the private club membership cards, you know what I mean? That I had to cancel all of these things, which was quite annoying. So yeah, there's still ongoing administration. I really understood, and I kind of want to say the same to you guys, that the only thing in life you should work on are personal relationships, because my friends who helped me like recollect myself, my friends who told me you will rise, who want to watch me prosper, and you guys who are sending me these messages. Like, I know I keep talking about this, but it's so important to me. The amount of brands that reached out that were like, we want to help you. The amount of you guys that said, hey Tamara, I've been watching you for years, but I never actually subscribed. And today I'm gonna subscribe because I know it helps you and I want to help you in some way. I like received so many of those who are saying, I've been watching you, but I'm not a subscriber, but now I'm a subscriber, officially subscribed, and this is my contribution. You know, people who are saying, I want to do this for you, I want to do that for you, like, it's almost like incredible. I always knew I had such a strong community, like a super strong community, but this is what has made me so happy. And I caught myself a few times. I caught myself once at a dinner. It was like when Katy Perry was singing Eye of the Tiger, that I felt like, you know what, I'm really strong and I can feel this, and this is gonna give me even more power and passion to work and build more stuff, and I'm gonna be even more resilient after this terrible experience. And the other time was at Amphar, when there was this charity fashion show, when I realized how truly happy inside I am. Really happy. And that is something that is really strange to think, that I feel all this happiness despite everything that had happened. And I'm the happiest when I'm surrounded by people and positive energy. It's honest to God. Another thing that I wanted to share, because so many of you are saying we cannot wait to watch you rebuild your collection. My sister was saying, hey girl, now you have all the excuses in the world to go shop for a million new bags, and no one can say, hey, another bag, because we don't have any bags right here. I mean, we have a few bags, but it's less than 10 we're talking about. You guys realize that. We're talking about my bag collection being less than 10 bags. And out of less than 10, let's say that 5 are not really the ones that I even am passionate about. And I like my bags, so it's a big deal. I don't know how I feel about that. I think it's a little bit too early for me to go shopping. I did buy those Louis Vuitton makeup bags and I unboxed them, and I have not even packed them to use them. It felt a little bit weird to use these things that I've already spent money for once before. I have had before, and now I'm supposed to like be excited about them again, but I'm not. And you know, when it comes to replenishing my handbag collection, how do I go about this? I don't want to buy bags that I already purchased. You know, like let's talk about the ones that I could potentially get, like a black Kelly. That was my last Hermes bag that I got. Do I want to buy that same bag again? I don't know. I'm confused. Then, you know, what's a little bit sad? 2 days before we got robbed, I bought a new Chanel bag, a beautiful turquoise one that I was waiting for since March. I pulled million connections. I filmed an unboxing for it. I'll insert a clip here just to show you what the bag looked like. Let's see. It's not very big, as you can tell, but I'm very excited for the color. Oh, there's a bobby pin attached to the magnet. It's always very exciting. And I've never seen a color like this on anybody or the bag like this before. I guess it's not very common. I haven't seen it on Instagram so far. It is the perfect turquoise, like very blue. You know how Chanel turquoise can sometimes be a little bit greenish or a little bit minty, and it got stolen. So I didn't even wear it once. I just picked it up, I unboxed it in Monaco, and I was gonna insert it in the next video. And I never even got a chance to wear it, so not once. Brand new bag. And it's very rare. It was like, there were like 2 in Europe or something like that. So I feel a little bit strange about repurchasing all of these items, and how do I do about it? Maybe you guys have an advice for me. Do I go straight for it? Do I not go straight for it? I don't know, but I feel strange. Like I told you, I haven't touched those beauty bags, and my boyfriend like pulled an amazing joker out of his sleeve. He got me an Hermes bag because he was like, I want you to have your first Birkin now. I struggled to wear it. I went on a trip for, I went to Cannes. I didn't bring it with me. I did an unboxing. I don't know if I should upload it. And it's not about social media because, like I said, the social media, my job, what I do is not connected. If someone's gonna get robbed, they're gonna get robbed. You guys know I got robbed before in Saint-Tropez. People were telling me like, wow, you didn't learn anything from this experience. But actually that was completely random. We arrived in Saint-Tropez in a rented villa where it happens every single night that people get robbed, every single night. Like police didn't even come to check because they were like, every night it happens. Basically they just, you know, they stole few things. And the only horrible thing about that was that we were in the house while they were robbing us. So much worse than the actual things that they have taken, I would say. On this occasion, well, loot was much bigger, but I'm so grateful I wasn't there. And honestly, what is pushing me through this, besides my human relationships, my friends, my family, and my boyfriend, is the gratitude. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful that I have my job. I'm grateful that I can keep going, keep working. I have so much work. I think like I'm pretty much booked until the end of the year. Like I have so many things going on. I'm in the middle of the shoot. Like I told you, this is like a lunch break that I decided to use to film a video. And to summarize this online therapy session with you guys, I'm confused what I'm gonna do for my living situation. I don't feel like coming back to Paris flat, that particular flat, right away. I cannot be in that flat. I feel very, very strange to be in a place where strangers entered without my permission. It feels like a violation of a personal space and violation, I don't know, of like my safe sanctuary, my home that is not safe anymore. And I feel betrayed by that place, you know, even though it's not the case, I feel kind of betrayed. So I don't want to go back to that flat. And then I don't really have time to be moving homes or house hunting, but then I have to. This is the main question that you guys are asking me, what am I gonna do? The other main question is related to social media. No, because that day I haven't posted any stories. That day I had a fitting for Off-White in the morning at 10 a.m. I went for a fitting and I went home where I was recording reels for the whole day. And at night I went out, I was enjoying a date night with my boyfriend, and only on the way back home in taxi started posting stories from the fitting of 10 a.m. So that morning I had a fitting, but I posted it at 10 p.m. when we were on the way back in the taxi, which is when the house was already robbed. Social media has nothing to do with it, but has someone spotted me on the street? For sure. Or has someone known about me for a long while? For sure. So that would be basically a conclusion on that. Is that gonna change me wearing luxury items? No, because of course not. The problem is, of course, if you wear expensive things, you're always target. It's not the first time, as you know, that I was robbed in the home, but also it's not the first time that someone's tried to target me on the street either. Because I remember once I was on a Eurostar when a guy entered, and I was traveling back for work. So I was actually in a business class. I was traveling back to London, and a guy came to business class. In the end, he ended up being escorted by police because he spotted my Louis Vuitton luggage and he wanted to steal it. It happened to me in Venice when I turned around and a woman had a hand in my bag, in my Chanel gray CC handle. Honestly, I was like shocked. I can be quite fiery as well, so I reacted. So it's not the first time, and when you do carry like a Chanel or an Hermes bag, or you have a nice watch, or you like to dress up, you attract attention, and subsequently you attract people who want to take what you have or who want to follow you and take even more. But my mom and my parents in general always taught me that I should not let bad people ever affect the way that I live my life. I just need to adjust how I react to bad people, because that is for my safety. And you know, if I now tell myself, in order to live a happy life, I need to abandon everything and live a simple life. No, that's not me. I'm gonna live the life how I am, like full 100% living, enjoying, loving. I'm just gonna try and be a little bit more aware, but unfortunately these things do happen, and I believe that there is a justice, and I believe that this is like a new day for me. It's a new day, it's a better day, and I will make the most out of it. I promise you guys, I will make the most for it. Until then, I just want to say thank you so much for your support, for your love, for your comments. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Bye.